Next guest we bring on a splash of gas with Dave Weigert is driver of the 41 Ford for Haas Factory Team, the NASCAR Cup Series, Cole Custer. Appreciate your time and thanks for joining the show, Cole.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Before we get into Mexico, you've been with a combination of Stewart-Haas Racing and now Haas Factory Team for most of your career, winning your first Cup race with them at 2020 at Kentucky and Xfinity Championship 23. A lot of changes from the last few seasons with Stewart-Haas race closing, transitioning to Haas Factory Team. How has it been going back to the Cup Series and working with crew chief Aaron Kramer?
Yeah, I think to start off the year, look, we want to get better. I don't feel like we're where we want to be, but I feel like getting an eighth place finish at Mexico. I think we're starting to bring faster and faster cars to the racetrack. So I think we're working in the right direction, and hopefully this second half of the season we're able to really hit our stride. Because everybody's working so hard with the transition to one car and a lot of new tools, new alliance with RFK. So there's a lot of moving parts, but I feel like we're moving in the right direction. Just got to keep working at it.
Gotcha. Thank you for going over those changes. Diving into the road course in Mexico City, this was the first time the Cup Series was traveling to Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. There was uncertainty about the weather throughout the weekend. You were 25th and 24th in the two practice sessions and qualifying 26th. How were you and the car feeling prior to the green flag?
Yeah, I felt like we felt solid about it. I think qualifying, I probably could have gotten a little bit more out of the car. But I feel like, it was just a solid weekend overall. We had solid pace in the car. We had good strategy. I feel like I didn't make any big mistakes. The pit crew did good. So overall, we just had a really solid day and we're able to get a good finish out of it. So hopefully we can keep knocking off some solid ones.
Heck yeah. With the weather early in the race, you were on both the slicks and the wet weather tires. As a fan, the wet weather tires seem to handle when the track is wet. But as soon as the track dries up, it seems like drivers are always rushing back to the slicks. How is the car handling on each of those?
Overall, it wasn't a huge handling difference, I would say. It's just, when it's wet and slick out, it's definitely less grip. So you're sliding around a lot more and have to manage the gas on the exit just so you don't spin the tires. So it's just really managing that. And then as it dries out, the rain tires definitely lose a lot of grip because they wear out so fast. So getting back to slicks gets you a lot more grip in the dry.
Okay, gotcha. Appreciate you touching on that. Mexico City is obviously a higher elevation compared to the tracks that you guys go to. Did you notice that any of the differences with the handling in regards to that?
I feel like it was definitely a little different with the draft. You weren't able to pull up on somebody as easily on the straightaway as you usually would, just because the air is so thin. But other than that, I felt like everything was fairly normal.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that. On Sunday, you finish stage two, 13th, and take your last pit stop on lap 63. Your car looked strong throughout the day. In the end, you finished eighth, which is your best finish this season. How are you feeling come the checkered flag in Mexico City?
Yeah, it was a great day for our team. To finish eighth, get our first top 10 of the year. That was a huge step in the right direction. So I think we proved to ourselves that we can go out there and compete. We just have to, go out there and do it consistently and keep working on our cars to get better and better. So we'll see here in Pocono what we can do. I feel like hopefully we can ride the momentum though.
Gotcha. Yeah, going right into my next question. The road course last Sunday doesn't have any real similarities to the tricky triangle of Pocono. You've won twice there in the Xfinity car. Do you feel like you have some momentum going there for the Cup race on Sunday?
For sure. Whenever you get off a good run, it's you're always looking forward to the next week. So I think we definitely are moving in the right direction. Everybody's in a good mood at the shop, and hopefully you can just go to Pocono and hit our stride.
Gotcha. Last question. Any goals and expectations for the rest of this season?
I think for us, it's just this halfway point. We want to see some steady improvement. I think going and trying to run in the top 20, top 15. And I think, if you can live in that area, eventually you're going to have shots to win with how tight the field is. So for us, it's just a matter of trying to get some improvement this second part of the year and start clicking off some good finishes.
Sounds good. Remember when watching the Xfinity race in 2019 when you and Reddick there with that pass at the turn three right at the end? That was awesome. So really hope you can get back in the top 10 again this weekend, and hope to see you at the track. We'll be rooting for you again.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on.
Yep. Thanks again, Cole. Have a good one.
All right. See you.
See ya.